That is great. That is great. Thank you.
Yeah, problem.
It's big that way because what it means is that Whale doesn't have to pay for, getting onto that kind of system that,
Right.
do what she does using the spreadsheet she has, and they'll just adapt it.
Yeah, and
Right.
we just don't have the bandwidth. We don't have anybody in our group that could do that. So
Yeah.
it wouldn't get done. So thank you. That is great. That is great. Did they say anything? So, okay, anyway, Abdullah was not on that call. So I'm just gonna see, are you joining our Zoom call? No, nothing. Well, I'm recording this. So why don't we get started with who we
Yep.
have? And I hope Christian will join us, which he should later when he can. So we'll wait for him later. And so Jennifer is not there. Does anybody have any word about her donation box? Did anybody get any information to her?
Yeah, me. I've had a couple of sessions with the people from the county. And it's moving a little slowly, but it's moving quite well. We now have as many as 40 of those donation boxes have been sent from the group I worked out with in Colorado to the rec department. They now have them, but before we put them into the places, we need to get some information that'll be pasted onto the boxes to identify what it is and all that. And hopefully Jennifer's doing some on that, but I'm also going to see if I can prevail on Amina, who is on this call, to maybe look at what it is and just see if you can edit it a little bit. And the other thing that's moving along is that the rec department has somebody who's good on social media, and I'm going to talk to her next Tuesday and see how much help we can get. So that's moving ahead. I think it's going to take a while, but it's moving ahead. And the other part of it is Otto has gotten permission to do that one-day tournament, but not until August. So it's, it's the plus is it's going to happen. The minus is it's not going to be till August.
Well, at least it's going to happen. Now, I know Jennifer sent out a sheet for us to give her some information to put on the boxes. So you're taking care of that, Elliot, sounds like. Make sure there's a photo. We have a ton of photos.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the things I want to work on. And this woman from the county was supposedly quite good on it. Her name is Sang. And I'm going to talk to her on Tuesday.
Oh, good. So I'll just ignore it because I kept thinking, okay, I didn't want to not get back to Jennifer. Good. Okay, terrific, because that's going to be really helpful. And I see Christian joined us. Christian, good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Since you're here with us and we don't know how long you're going to be able to stay on, can you give us an update?
Yes. I think I reached out to Mr. Whitecliff about the upcoming health fair we want to do, but I haven't. Well, he gave us some feedback. He said he's gonna try to see with some local clinic and doctors who can help us to manage the health fair. But since then, I haven't heard back from him. I also reached out to Mr. Harry Kungu from M Pharma about the health fair, but I haven't heard back from him. I think I also reached out to Abdul this morning to see if he can try to call or reach out for by any means and Mr. Wycliffe or Mr. Henry about the health fair. So I haven't heard back from him. Well, it was too early. I just sent him an email. I don't know if he has a chance to take a look at the email yet, Abdul.
Okay, good.
So that's where I am right now.
I have a suggestion on that, Christian, that, you need to set a date, and probably the likeliest time to do it would be on a Saturday. And since you're there, the whatever, 10th to the 20th, there's a Saturday on the 18th. And
Okay.
maybe to just say to everybody,
Yes,
if we can lock it in for Saturday, the 18th, because that's the most likely one that the coaches will be able to, have a mini tournament with their players. And I think those, like the UPS guys, hopefully who will volunteer, are more likely to be able to do something like that on a Saturday as well. And even
Okay.
whoever else, health groups and all. In my experiences on health fairs and almost all of them that have been on Saturdays have been much, much more successful than doing it on a different day.
Okay.
excellent point. And I just put it down, and I'm not leaving until that night, so I'll be there. So that's great. And we'll have time when I'm there to even talk to other sponsors, because my concern was we need sponsors. And we
Okay.
need signing, and we need advertising. We need a lot to do. And Abdul I don't think he's ever done one of these full-blown health fairs. We've all been to them, but never run one. So he's going to need some help. So that gives both you and me time to, I can work on the sponsors, but you can work with
That'd be
him
great.
on all the advertising and the signing and, whatever we need to get done, because, we can't expect him to do it alone. That's for sure. Because he's never
Yeah.
done one,
Yeah, that's why I was waiting on Mr. Wycliffe. He said that he's gonna give us a lot of help by reaching out to his network, people that he knows in the neighboring hospital, all his contact, and then he suggests that we should create a WhatsApp group with all those doctors and nurses and try to coordinate the event together. So I was waiting for that email from Mr. Wycliffe to try to speed it up with what we need to do to be up to date by that date. And also, we wanted to allow him to, since he's living in Kibera with Abdul, to decide on the date and the location of the event. So something that they have to do, because we cannot decide a date or a location from here in the United States. They have to provide that information to us so that we can put all those elements together and try to speed up the process. So I was waiting for Mr. Wycliffe feedback before I can
yeah.
exactly
Well, that's
tell him how he's supposed to organize all those details. So
yes.
that's the email I'm waiting for.
Good. And then just share it with us when you get it. And that's great, because the date is crucial. And also the people who are going to participate, like the doctors and nurses,
Yes.
and that's from their end. That's great. And then, we can help with sponsors, and Abdul can, we have to come up with a message.
And also the theme or slogan of the event, they have to choose it for us, because they know the local dialect, they know the people around it, they know what can best attract people to the event. So they have to choose also the theme for the health fair for us.
Yes, yes. Do you have any ideas, because you're more experienced at this than I am? Any ideas that you could float around to Wycliffe and Abdul?
I want them to come up with something first, then we can try to channel the right way. But I want them to come with something local, maybe from their local dialect or whatever they want to use, and then we can see if they're going to work. But I want them to come with something first. I want
Okay,
them to
good.
have kind of. I want to empower them, that they feel like they're the one who own it, not
Thank
something
you.
that was imposed
Yes.
by us.
Good. Thank you, Christian. Excellent. Excellent.
Nancy, I also reached out to some of the clinics that I found for Little Mama, just to participate and sponsor if possible. So I sent out some WhatsApps and emails. I haven't got anything back, but if I do hear anything back as far as sponsoring, I will let you guys know as soon as.
Oh,
that happens.
good. Yeah,
Yeah.
share
How many
anything.
did you send out, Simi?
Quite a lot. Honestly, anyone that I found emails for or phone numbers to WhatsApp. Some of them I couldn't find any information on. One of them actually almost gave my computer a virus. But quite a lot. I don't have the exact number. I could have to go through my WhatsApp and my email. But the list, it was from the list that I sent earlier of about maybe 40 or
Yeah.
or so hospitals or clinics.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, at least they'll
I-
have heard of it, even if you don't get a response, at least, the awareness will start growing.
Right. But I think I'm going to resend them only because there wasn't a date. When I had sent them out, I just had like date to be determined. I just knew it was going to be in June. So for now, settling on June 18th, I can actually send it out so I can give them an exact, day and time. So I think, once I reach out to them again with the exact information, I think it'll be helpful.
I think also if you send a blurb, like a little visual,
Okay.
like a little flyer that they could put up.
Yeah. Do we already have a flyer or no? We just have the donation.
No, we
flyer
have to
right now.
come up with a flyer once Christian gets the information, like
Okay.
what the slogan will be, what the, both in English and also the local dialect. So
Yeah, that'll be really helpful.
that'd be really, because once they see it, they can post it.
Right.
And then more people will see it. So there's no rush on that until Christian gets back to us on the theme, the slogan, and then we can come up with some type of visual flyer.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds like that'll be very helpful because I think that would, what's it called? That will make them more interested.
Yeah,
still
and it'll say what we're offering and what's going to be happening that day and how much fun it's going to be for the kids, blah, blah, blah. So that will be really helpful. Good.
The other thing, Simi, that I thought of was that almost all of them, when we were doing things over the last year or so, just about every one of the hospitals focuses a lot on their Facebook account. And it may be really helpful to go to their Facebook and put something on there as well. And if they have a contact person, to try contacting that person. But at the very least, I think you can get a message on their Facebook.
Okay, get them, like meet them on Facebook, that's what you're saying?
To go to the Facebook of each of the hospitals.
Okay, yeah, so I could do that. I can go through the YOY Facebook and reach out to them via Facebook. That might actually be a good idea because a lot of them are pretty active on Facebook out of all the other social media accounts. But would you want me to still wait for Christian to come up with, for the flyer and whatnot? Yes.
I would, because we're so far away from it still, they'll forget. So it'll be more important to give them specific information and dates and pictures, a flyer.
Okay.
Yeah, we have plenty of time because I don't know how many people plan that far in advance and they're not traveling, people don't travel there like they do here.
Right.
Except up country to see their families, but they'd be doing that anyway. So good progress. Thank you, Christian and Simi. That's great.
No problem.
And
I'm sorry.
yeah,
I don't know. I just had a question. Because I wasn't able to join the meeting last Wednesday because I was away. I actually just returned 2 days ago. I know we mentioned like adding to the website. I wanted to know if you guys still need help with that because I can actually help with that if needed.
that'd be great. That would be great. We lost our soccer website, but we have the health one.
Okay.
So the health one is up and running. Do you have the address for it?
Is it the one that Laura made last semester?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
you got that.
You could
The
edit
other
it
thing,
then.
if you've got time, Simi, I'm trying to work out something directly with the people at Leveling the Playing Field, where they promised that they would incorporate a link on their website to have ours linked to theirs. And it would also include a donate kind of thing. So what I think is maybe have you to connect you with Daniel, I think his last name is Griffin, who is the one at Leveling the Playing Field, who has agreed to do this link for the web page of this to include Wayo and to have a donate button on there.
Okay, and he will be the one doing that, or he would need help doing that?
He says that he's pretty good at it, and I think he is, but we need to get our part of it together. And so what I'll do is I'll send an email to you and to him
Great,
and suggest that you contact him and work out the details.
perfect. Yep, that sounds good.
Yep, that sounds really good. Thanks.
No problem.
That's great. Okay. Yeah, I guess, unfortunately, Abdul is not coming on. Oh, that's too bad. I mean, he's gonna have to have a backup. Otherwise, we're doing all this and he's not here.
So Christian, I have a suggestion because it seems like Wycliffe is much more able to respond even to you on things than Abdul has been because of his connections and all. To maybe just confirm with Wycliffe that we want to lock in the date of June 18, and does he have a site that he knows that he can get that would work for the health fair? Plus, when we talked to him before, he indicated he had a lot of experience in working on these kind of things. So that may work. And then Nancy, do you know, is it possible that you can get the community health workers to be, assigned, maybe even pay them a little for the day?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Oh,
But
yeah.
if we can get, 20 of their 25 or something like that, that you can help give them assignments, which could be really terrific, including what, Christian wants to do, which is to start enrolling people into the database.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, we'll have them for that day for how, what time, well, we don't know what time the health fair will go from. But we will definitely be able to pay them from that grant from the church, the
Yeah.
health grant. So yes, I'll put that on our list to do. Oh, here comes Abdul. Oh, good. Yeah, no, so yeah, whenever you need health workers, Christian, just let me know and we'll plan to use them, but we want to have them with assignments because we're going to be paying them. And unless we have specific things for them to do, they'll just stand around because they won't know what to do. And
Okay, thank you.
yeah, so just send me anything you need them to do between now and when we're there, when you think of it, and I'll just put it on my schedule. Abdul, good morning.
Good evening.
We missed you. You missed a
Yeah,
lot.
sorry, I went for another meeting. I'm just rushing home. I've decided just to Zoom when I'm just in a cab.
Yeah, you're gonna have to listen because we talked about the health fair.
Yeah.
Okay. And please get back to us after you listen to
Yeah.
the recording specifically, because we have a timetable now and we need to have you get back to us.
I will.
So Christian, we just talked about the health fair. It's gonna be on June 18th, but we're not gonna go through all the details. You can listen to the recording. And then one of the things I have for Abdul, since we have you on the phone, we can cover some phones with the church grant. So, who
Okay.
did- but not, let me know who they are gonna be going to, and see if you can't get, you know, a good deal on a few of the phones for the key people you're gonna use for the health fair to start with, and for the data collection that don't have a phone. Okay? And by the
Okay,
fair, we have 2 data collections that are scheduled. Have you worked with Wycliffe on the training yet?
Yeah, we are meeting with Wycliffe tomorrow at noon for the planning for the training.
Okay, good. And then send us a report afterwards so we know what it includes and what's going to be covered. You do such good meeting write-up, so that's good. So there's 2 collections, one for the soccer players, remember the simple one? And then the big one, that is the Ministry of Health database collection. So the Wycliffe is only going to be involved with that one, I assume. So the one for the soccer players, the one pager, have you been able to start planning to have that done?
Yeah, because I'm having after meeting with Wycliffe tomorrow at noon, I will have like all the information which he will need. Then on Sunday or Monday, I'll meet with the community coaches so that I can update them exactly what's going to happen, especially like the date for the training, and all the information needed I will share with the coaches so that they can know exactly what's going to happen.
Okay, you know, there's 2 databases, right? One is for the, based on the village listing, just the listing of the soccer players. And then the other one is the big spreadsheet with all the health information. So there's 2 separate databases. Make sure you have both of those, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. On that front, let me ask you, Christian, you know that Amina put together a pencil and paper version of the broader one, the one that we're calling the medication management and all of that. And so I'm not sure how easy it is for Abdul to do printing and all that, but maybe if you could just bring, you know, like 200 or maybe, you know, probably 200 sheets of paper, which will be then put on later into the database. And it sounds like Wycliffe has their own version of a database, but Amina has the one that we will be using as well, which is a form of Excel. So
Yeah,
I
that'd be
think
fine.
the good thing would be if you know, maybe brought like 200 sheets of paper for each of the 2 databases.
Okay, I'll do that.
Is it easy for you to make copies like that? You could do that, right?
Yeah, I can do that. Yes.
Oh, good, good. That'd be great. That'd be very helpful.
Because otherwise that could be a constraint that everybody's sitting around and says, oh, here are the people to sign up, but we don't have any paper.
Yeah, yeah, that would be
And
great.
since I have Abdul on the phone, Abdul, since you are meeting with Mr. Wycliffe tomorrow, I need a favor from you. Could you please ask Mr. Wycliffe to get back to us, because we sent him an email. He has not responded yet about the health fair.
Abdul, you're on mute.
Yeah, I saw the email. I will remind how to reply for your email ASAP.
Oh, thank you. Also, do you have any way of communicating with Mr. Henry from M Pharma? Because he has not responded to our email yet.
Yeah, since I communicated with them, they haven't get back to me. I thought maybe on your side you are communicating with them. That's why also I sent an email to Professor and to moms that to confirm if also UPS were communicating with them. Because since I communicated with the UPS guys, they did not get back to me.
Yeah, that was
Do
my
you have their
next
phone number
question.
to contact them? Can you contact them by phone number, by local phone number? Can you call them and try to figure out if they are in Nairobi or if they are on trip?
So I have like their phone number. I have the Henry number and I have the other guy's number. Let me just communicate with them like tomorrow or maybe tonight,
Okay.
at least to see if
Okay,
they
thank
can
you.
respond to like email.
Yeah,
Yeah,
on the thing,
Okay, thank you.
yeah, Abdul, on the one you sent me about the woman, Caroline, she covers all of Africa and, I don't know, Dubai and all. She basically said the only thing to do is work with Jesse, who is the country one for Kenya. So you need to get back to him and bug him as much as you can to get him to say, okay, UPS will be a sponsor for the day on June 18th, and we'll have a few volunteers and they can put up information about what they do and all, and try to lock them into being a partner.
well, we'll have to come up with some specific things, Elliot.
Yeah.
Like the health fair is the #1. It'll be very easy for them to be a sponsor. That means, having a booth, making a donation to the health fair for the cost, et cetera. But we have to be very specific before we set up that meeting because, who knows what we should be asking for. And then we should get that information to Abdul so he can be very specific with them. Because to be a sponsor means A, B, C, and D. And maybe they can't do all A, B, C, and D, but they can do A and B. Christian, are you familiar with health fairs enough to come up with what are the 4 or 5 things we want them to participate in?
We can think about it. We can think about it. I can get back to you about it.
Yeah, and I will too. I'll do a little research and see too. Abdul, before you, we should get that to him over the weekend, Christian. So he, next week you could make contact with M-Pharma and UPS specifically to ask them to participate in the health fair on June 18th. Okay?
Okay.
Abdul, okay?
Yeah, I will do that. And yeah, that's okay. And also this morning, I reminded Jesse about like our upcoming program, the camp. I share with him, and I'm just waiting if he will respond. But I did not share with him like specific date on when it's supposed to happen. So I'll just share a specific date, and I will let you know when he will respond.
Okay, and we'll need volunteers from UPS to help out. So that would be definitely something for both M-Pharma and UPS to have volunteers to help.
Now, on the date, Abdul, we talked about the Saturday, the 18th, when both Christian and Nancy are there, and Saturdays usually are the best days for health fairs. Does that work? You're pretty sure that would work in Kibera as well?
Come again, Professor.
Saturday, June 18th as the date.
Abdul, you're on.
Yeah, that will be okay. So it will give me also like humble time to plan and also to organize for the community soccer players and the rest. So it will be fine for me because at least I get it earlier, and I will know that how I will communicate with like the beneficiaries and also for the partners, and also like the guys who will be in charge on that day.
Okay, so it'll be the 18th. And do you have a location? Do you have a field?
Well, I think he has to work with Whitecliff.
What I will do, just when I will meet with Wycliffe tomorrow, we'll just come up with a draft letter draft letter so that I can give it to the authority who are concerned about the soccer field, and also to inform like the different government facilities on what they will be expecting on that day. So we need to book like the soccer field earlier, because soccer field is free, but when they will see like there is a lot of tent around, that's why the local government representative will want some charges. So that will be very humble time for me just to go to the local government office, at least to assure them, tell them exactly what they will want to do and what they will be expecting, so that we can book that facility as early as possible.
Okay, well, I'm gonna sketch out the health fair plan and put what needs to be done, who's responsible, okay? So we don't get to the 18th and things are forgotten. So once I get information from Wycliffe and Abdul, I will, and I'll start myself right now, and I'll share it with everybody, because we're gonna need signs, we're gonna need sponsors, we're gonna need volunteers, we're gonna need CHWs, and we need to be able to do something with the people who are there. I know Christian wants to do some free testing of blood pressure, etc. So Christian, especially you, if you could just jot down quickly what you envision we would be offering on the day of the 18th. And then
that's why I say I need that feedback from Wycliffe. I can give a list of all those stations, but I need to see if Mr. Wycliffe can provide me with the medical help that I need on the ground. That's why I really need to talk to Mr. Wycliffe about it, so that we can lock down specifically about who can be there, who can do what exactly. But I already have everything planned up. What I'm waiting for, as I said before, is a feedback from Mr. Wycliffe. I have a detailed plan already. I don't want to send an email before having hear from Mr. Wycliffe.
Okay, good. Thank you. So Abdul, when you meet with Wycliffe, make sure you remind him that Christian has some information he needs from him quickly, because otherwise we're going to be going around in circles and wasting our time. So, so if anybody has any problems, Christian, if you have a problem, Abdul, if you have a problem with this, just let me know so we can discuss it and not just wait until the last minute, okay? Because, or if you have a question, we want to make sure this is successful. Otherwise, it would be unfortunate. So good. Okay, does anybody else have anything? Elliot?
I think we've covered a lot. What I want to indicate, you never quite know when somebody says, oh, I want to be a sponsor, or what should I be doing? A couple of those other groups that we looked at, a variety of them, I think even Shafko and Matt Howery and all, they list a thing that's called a sponsor, partner, friend.
Yes.
And they lump them all together. And then they say, would you like to be any one of these three? And you'll be listed. And then different ones get involved in different aspects of it. So they know a sponsor usually means that they're going to, at least participate in an event or something like that. A partner usually means that they'll contribute some money to it and all. But somebody like M Farmer for sure should fall into that category. And they could do any one of all three, and the same with UPS.
Okay, thanks for the heads up. I remember you shared that before. I'm going to use that as the basis for the sponsorship list, okay? And I'll get it to everybody and just add to it. And then Abdul, especially before you talk to M-Pharma and UPS in particular, will put down probably the maximum of places they could be helpful. And they can pick and choose as like a menu, as Elliot said. And we'll be consistent with that because that's really important. That we approach them correctly and in a timely manner because they need time. If it's money, they need to go to their, office of appropriations and say, oh, we have a health fair coming up we want to participate in. Well, they need to let those people with the money and the budget know way in advance. So that's going to have to be done pretty soon. So I'll commit to both the Shofco / partners, a friend, and sponsor list for Abdul in particular, and share it with everybody. And the other is the health fair, things to do, when they're due, and who's responsible for them. So everybody stays on board and we don't duplicate efforts. That'd be great. And then it keeps Abdul not bearing the brunt of everything, but in a timely manner, knowing exactly what we need from him. Does that sound good?
That definitely sounds good. And, we can start reaching out. I was even thinking of like Toby Tanzer. He could agree to at least be a friend or something. And they may have information. He's out there saying, coming soon, a big new children's cancer hospital. And it's going to be available for people throughout Kenya, including everybody in Kibera.
Okay, now, Elliot,
Yeah.
that'd be great. Can you send me a short list of those people that you can think of? I don't want to forget anybody because you're right. The Shoe for Africa would be a definite sponsor. I don't think he's going to be in the country, but Toby certainly has people who would show up to, in his place. So send me the list of all the people you can think of that would be interested in being on either a sponsor, friend, or partner.
Yeah.
And then we'll decide who's going to contact them with our appeal.
Yep. And then back to Simi, I hope you're still on.
Yep.
When
she's
you like
there.
go to the
I'm here.
Facebook page and all of that, and the groups saying that we're having this on September 18th and we would love to
June.
June, wherever it is. I don't know where I am. We would love you to participate. You can be part of our category or join us as a friend, sponsor, partner for the event. And some places in health fairs I've been to, hospitals would even do small little things like they would give out a pen that would advertise them, or they would give out some other kind of thing that says, you can come, we're going to have a free clinic next month, come to our clinic. They use it as a chance to advertise for themselves, but it starts becoming something that will grow bigger and all. And this could be the first of, many kind of health fairs.
Right. So now my question is, would you like me to do that, like wait for us to get the visuals, or can I just go ahead and do that as early as tomorrow? No?
Yeah,
I
why
would
don't
wait
you
for
just make
visual.
up whatever you make up. And I think we ought to just set a time as well. So it'll be the 18th from whatever, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., something like that.
Well, I don't think it'd be that long. Abdul, Christian, do you have any idea how long these health fairs usually last? I think 9 is
Probably between, yes, probably full day, probably depend on the people coming, probably up to 6 to 8 hours. It just depends.
okay. Abdul, what
Between
hours do you
6 to
think would
8
be
hours.
best? Abdul,
Yeah.
what hours do you think would be best for the fair?
So I think if you can start at around like 10 until 3, that will be fine. 3 or 4 p.m.
Let's say 10 to 4.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
10
10 to 4,
4.
that will be fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. 10 to 4. And then Simi, you don't have to do very much at this point on the Facebook, just announce it. And when we get a little closer, we'll update it.
Okay, so just announce it
okay.
on our page. Don't reach out to them yet, just announce it on our page.
Yeah, just,
Okay,
I would just start minimally. And at least we have the time, the date, and it'll be in Kibera, but we're not sure yet. We can update that.
okay, no problem.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
that'd be good, just to get going. And then, let's see, what else do we know? And then Abdul, please get back to us after your meeting with Wycliffe. Just give us a quick overview of what he says about the data collections, the one data collection, the big one, the Ministry of Health data collection, and also the health fair. And then,
Yes, I will.
okay. And then Christian, send me anything you can, just bullet point on health fairs. And then Elliot, just send me any lists of people, friends of ours. Who, and then I will send out this as soon as I can. The Shopgo lists of sponsor, friend, and partner. What entails each category? So then when Abdul goes,
They don't break it up as far.
I will
From what I
break it
can
up.
tell, Nancy, they don't break up saying a friend is this, a sponsor is this. They lump them all together.
Well, I can look at other, well, because this is typically used for nonprofits, different categories.
Yeah.
I'll look beside Shopko, some other ones, and see how they lump them up. You know, what type of things, or we can make up our own. So
Yeah.
I'll work on that this weekend.
Okay, we certainly ought to send it to, you did, I finally got to look at it very quickly. That 102 or so that were about 8 or 10 came back where somebody used the hospital or a clinic. We should definitely include those as being invited to participate.
Yeah, there were a lot of hospitals and clinics on that list. There were like 20.
Was it that many? Yeah.
Yeah, on the right-hand side of that list, and how many people mentioned that hospital or clinic. So those are, yeah, everybody should, you know, Abdul, you should be aware of those places. And anybody that is sending any letters to hospitals, is that Simi or Amina? Look at that list, because those are the ones that were only mentioned by the 100 people that we interviewed.
Yeah, could you add that to your chores, Simi?
Oh, she
Yeah,
put
I
her
already
hand up.
added. I actually opened the file, the Excel file that Nancy's talking about. I already added them to my list, so I'll reach out to them via Facebook as well.
Good,
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah, because they didn't mention any of the other ones on your list. Isn't that funny? That's how Africa is right now, or any place, you know, you think you have the right list and all of a sudden you realize, I've never heard of this clinic before. We've never even, you know, saw it come up, and it came up. So there were about, I don't know, not 20, but close to that, who were listed that I had never seen before. Okay. Okay, Abdul, listen to the beginning of the meeting, okay? Because it's really important that you're here at these meetings. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to do anything without you, okay?
I will.
Yeah.
I
And
will.
yeah, and then let us know what you, you know, answer the first part of our meeting to us, all of us. So we know that you're on board with us, okay?
Okay.
Okay, everybody.
I have one last thing. Amina, you still on?
Yeah, she looks like she's on mute.
Hi there.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah. Now you have a list of some of the hospitals that you were going to reach out to as well. Can you do the same thing? That there were different lists than what Simi has, to do the same kind of thing, to reach out to them and tell them, you know, that there is going to be the health fair, and maybe do it on the Facebook one and say, we would like you to participate and be one of our, you know, friends, sponsor, partners.
Yeah, I can definitely do that. I'll add that to my list.
Okay, great. And then some point, if you get a chance, give me a call. I've got something else in mind I want to talk to you about.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. It'll probably be sometime next week.
Yeah.
This week is really busy for me. So I'll send you an email so we can schedule a time.
Yeah, me too. Tuesday's the best time for me.
Okay. Okay.
And, anybody have any questions or any issues, or just, reach out to any of us or all of us, okay? This could be the big thing that we're doing there. Well, it will be the big thing that we're doing there. And so thank you for everybody's input. It's really, really key. And it's very exciting. We'll send plenty of pictures from the health fair.
Yeah.
With Christian administering blood pressure tests and all kinds of things. And Abdul with the CHWs. It will be just a glorious day. I can't wait.
Do you think Dr. Thomas would, he would certainly be a, friend sponsor, whether he would maybe have somebody from his place come and
Put his name on your list. You're great, Elliot, for coming up to these people. We know so many people, and I forget.
and Maxwell too, Dr. Maxwell.
Yes.
He's actually part of, in an area of Nairobi.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And I sent out an introduction to one of the higher up Ministry of Health in Kenya through a friend, a mutual friend. And hopefully I'll get to see him or talk to him or email him before I get there and have him participate, or at least give us some support. We'll see. You just don't know these connections, if they materialize or not.
Now, Nancy, when you're there, are you going to try to catch up with, is his name Philip from Thunderbird?
Yes, I'm going to use Joffrey, my friend Joffrey. He knows him personally. And now that we have more solid things to talk to him about, I feel like it's a time to reach out to him.
Yeah, because the university for sure would be one that they're obviously new and probably looking for students, that they would be a good one to participate.
Yes, yes. Great. Now we'll have, yeah, it sounds exciting. Keep the thoughts coming in.
Yeah.
We're open to all these ideas. Okay, Abdul, anything from you?
No, I'm just waiting for that. I'm so excited about the planning and everything.
Yeah.
Just waiting for the day, and also making sure that I will be updating you guys on whatever is happening on the ground until the final day.
Okay, well, I'll be there earlier, and then Christian will be there from the 10th to the 20th, which is great.
That
So
will be fine.
yeah, so keep your week open, your 2 weeks open for us, especially for Christian, because he's going to be really busy working with you then, and Wycliffe, and anybody else there.
Yeah, I've already put my 2 weeks free for you guys.
Good.
And also for the program. So I don't have any other thing apart from that. The D-Day.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody. So the interns have their call next Wednesday, and I'll join. And if you want Abdul to join, let him know. Okay. If you need his input. Otherwise, we'll meet 2 weeks from today, but we'll be in touch by email and updates and stuff. I promise. I'll get these out early.
Okay.
Great. So thank you, everybody.
Yep, thanks.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Have a good weekend.
You too. Bye.
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 Bye.